Step Dave Campbell's Texas football back here at Texas High School Coaches Association and Convention. And I'm here not with a coach, but with the Dave Campbell's Texas football recruiting guru, Greg Powers. We got a little breaking recruiting news here while we were here in San Antonio. Greg, why don't you tell us about Terrence Lewis, the wide receiver from Bryan, Texas?
Yeah, definitely. He made his commitment to North Texas just now. He picked the school over some P4 offers. So this is a huge commitment for North Texas because they beat Minnesota, Kansas State. He had a Texas Tech offer. They've really been rolling on the recruiting trail over the last, I'd say, 12 to 14 months, doing a really good job picking up commitments. And this was a DCTF three-star kid, a kid who racked up over 1,000 yards of total offense last year, almost went for 1,000 yards receiving, and he's really, really, really talented. So North Texas continues to do a really good job, not only on the recruiting trail in general, but especially as it relates to recruiting Texas high school football players. Sure. What better setting to talk about a great Texas high school football player than the coaches convention here in San Antonio.
They just last week got Chris Jimerson from North Crowley, so they got the quarterback. Now they got a wide receiver in Terrence Lewis. Coming from Coach Tullis' program there in Bryan, the Vikings made the 6A playoffs last year. An up-and-coming team. There's always good talent in Bryan. And what do you like about Lewis's skill set? What makes him a good pickup for the Mean Green?
The first thing that pops out to me on tape is his agility. He's a guy who's really shifty. He can cut flawlessly in and out the seams, and he's a guy who has really good hands. As a matter of fact, when you watch his highlight tape, he does some wildcat quarterback stuff that's really impressive to me, makes defenders miss in the open field really easily. And when you see that as a recruiting analyst, sometimes you think, oh, well, maybe some of his best clips aren't actually at wide receiver, right? Like, why are these clips at the beginning him toting the rock? That's not the case here with Terrence Lewis, because you really got to dive into that highlight tape for a couple of minutes. This dude catches everything. He's got really good hands, and he has some of that make you miss that you really like. But he can contort his body in the right ways to be able to make tough catches in traffic too, and I think that he has a bright future in Denton.
And it's not like he's playing against bad competition. He's playing 6A football in Central Texas, and you know as well as anyone, there's a lot of talent there in that Killeen, Waco, Belton, Temple area, and then in Bryan, College Station, a lot of good players as well. So he's playing, the tape speaks volumes to the competition that he's playing as well.
Well, you can tell he's really well coached too. I don't know who I might know who their wide receiver coach is. I feel like they actually hired a former Texas Tech wide receiver over there last year at some point. But anyway, just watching his tape, it looks like he's been well coached. I think people are going to say, but he like a light Garrett Wilson type of kid. Like, his body kind of reminds me that he's got longer arms than he is
tall. The body control and being able to make those contort his body to make those great catches.
North Texas fans will be excited to hear something like that. Yeah, he's not a five-star kid like Garrett is, but that skill he's really good.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And do you feel like there's more upside? And when he gets to the college level, do you feel like there's some? Is he a finished product yet, or do you think he can maybe even take his game to another level?
What I like about him is I don't think that he has to change a whole lot about his game to get onto the field. Now, I think that he's 6 foot, 160, 165 pounds right now, so there's definitely room to add weight and mass to his frame, but I actually don't think that it'll change his game very much if he does, because his skill sets are more in the agility and shiftiness and that kind of stuff, and I would hate to see him lose any of that, because that's really what makes him special, and that's what I think he'll be able to use once he gets to UNT to help him get on the field early. I think he could be an early impact guy because he's a guy that can play outside in or inside out, so I think that he could play any of the wide receiver spots.
Well, there you have it. North Texas, Bryan High School wide receiver Terrence Lewis just commits to the Mean Green. Congrats to Terrence, and good luck to the Bryan Vikings in 2024. That's Greg Powers, our Dave Campbell's Texas football.